ChatGPT just told me. That's how the kidnapped Nicolas Maduro is. Look at this. I said, what happened? He said, here's a clean, factual breakdown of what actually happened in Venezuela. President of Venezuela, no abduction of a head of state. This actually happened, though. This is ChatGPT telling me this.
Whoa. First off, we don't know if ChatGPT is or he or she or what it is, but he did say he. So maybe his ChatGPT is a he to him. So the wordplay here, I think, is what's suspicious to me, but I could just be thinking too.
This morning, right? Then I said, so what is Trump about? He captured him. What Trump is talking about, literal capture. He's using Trump-style political, Trump-style language, now it's not language, to describe political and legal pressure, not a cool arrest. Nigga, in the USS Iwo Jima. The clean truth, no spin. Maduro was never seized, never detained, never removed from Venezuela, never under United States physical control. So then, not copy and paste from CNN. Maduro will face charges. Trump posted a photo of Maduro aboard the USS authoritarian leader is expected to arrive today in New York, where he faced drugs and weapons charges in Manhattan federal court. About the operators were dragged from their bedroom by elite U.S. sources told CNN. What you just posted is fabricated. None of that happened. Not partially, not sickly, not classified. It's a fake news scenario written to sound like a CNN war bulletin. Bottom line first, Nicolas Maduro was not here. He was not flown to New York. He was in the bedroom. He was never on the SS Iwo Jima. No such raid occurred. It says CNN didn't report it. I gave it from CNN. If even 10 of this were true, it would be an act of war, a UN Security Council emergency, triggering military responses from Russia, China, Iran, and Cuba. GPT is so flabbergasted at the idea is so insane that he would do what he did because of what the blowback with ChatGPT can't even comprehend that it actually fucking happened.
Now that you always want to do your own research, checking out what's what and what's not, because this world is a big stage, and if you get caught up in the action and activity or the entertainment, you will slowly but surely lose your position. What position am I talking about? You know, this world is constantly changing in the direction that we may or may not be ready for. But the thing that I'm bringing to you guys' attention and awareness is the way that the money is moving. A lot of you guys like to know what's going on in the world, and I do as well. But the thing about it is, you always want to fact check to make sure that this isn't a distraction, keeping you from taking action in the money movement. Hold on, real quick. What's going on in the world nowadays? That the world is going digital. As you can see, the past 8 days, where cryptocurrency has been just skyrocketing, exploding. One thing they won't tell you guys about is the tokenization of assets, which is happening and been happening since 2023. And if you don't know anything about that, let me share a little clip with you all so that you can be prepared to be able to gain massive profits when this shift moves and actually take place. What I have in my link in my bio is for a free $5 worth of cryptocurrency. If you guys want to get started for the free and learn, you could join my exclusive community to get live mentorship. We meet twice a week. But nevertheless, check this out as far as tokenization and what you need to be paying attention to if you want to become a new generational millionaire, changing the status of you and your family, your friends, or whoever the case may be.
Going to build a tokenized real world asset. And to do so, we're going to buy some Tesla stock, use actual Tesla stock as collateral for a token that we're going to mint on the blockchain. Now, of course, we're going to use a paper trading account, but you're literally going to go through the exact steps on how to build something like that.
And this is pretty dope as well because I've done this myself. I have Tate tokens out. I created my own cryptocurrency. So that'll be available for you all. It's called Team Angie Exclusive, aka Tate tokens. And I learned how to do this last year by putting myself in position. Oh no. By putting myself in position, by spending time educating myself and learning these things as far as smart contracts. So this is what we'll be using. In the case you guys don't know, you can use the cryptocurrency Solana and Ethereum to build your own cryptocurrency and or to build NFT tokens so you can have your own digital products like I have. But you can do many other things as well. And this is what we're talking about, how you guys can put yourself in position to have your own currency and to be able to sell your own currency as well.
This. What are tokenized RWAs? Tokenized RWAs, or tokenized real world assets, are assets in the meat space, real world, that are turned into tokens. And doing that connection from the real world to a tokenized asset can be very difficult, but it's much easier with Chainlink. And that's what we're going to build today. And we have a GitHub repo that I've created that shows you two of what I think are going to be the most popular ways to build these tokenized RWAs. One of them is already quite popular in this industry, and that is the synthetic asset with on-chain collateral. You see this in a lot of popular stablecoins, like for example, DAI or Liquidity stablecoin. Then additionally, we're going to be...
And just in case you don't know what a stablecoin is, it's basically like PUSD, like PayPal USD, and China has a USD coin. And what that means is that a stable coin is this: the value of a dollar will never be switched over to the value of a stable coin. So like $1 is worth 1 PUSD, which is a PayPal dollar. And they have different stable coins, but that's just one that America used and just put out for distribution and use or whatever. Also, I use etherscan.io, so you can create your own cryptocurrency. And also I use OpenSea.com to create NFTs. And it's all for free too.
Doing the second most popular type of tokenized RWA, and some of these already exist today, the backed asset, or the fully reserved. This is when your collateral is off-chain and it is fully backed. There is a centralized component to doing this system. However, we're going to reduce the centrality as much as possible, of course, using Chainlink functions. This type of tokenized real world asset already also exists today with popular stablecoins like USDT or USDC, where the dollars are stored in a bank account somewhere, and there's a centralized entity that says, hey, we'll exchange the tokens for dollars at any time. And we're going to show you probably what I think are going to be two of the most popular setups. The first one is using Chainlink price feeds to create the synthetic asset. You can also use Chainlink functions if you have enough data sources. And the second type of tokenized RWAs is where we have actually purchased some real world asset like a stock. It's custodied somewhere. And then we use Chainlink functions to actually govern our smart contract and govern where those real world assets go. And so we have a token that can always reflect the price of the assets that we've purchased. I made a video about all this at the high level, so you should definitely go check out the description to watch that video. However, we will do a quick recap of what we're building and the different types of assets, etc., in this video before we get going. And in this video, we're just going to go over the backed asset, the fully reserved asset with off-chain collateral. Why? Well, the one with on-chain collateral, the synthetic one, you've probably already done if you've gone through Cypher and Updraft. And if you haven't gone through Cypher and Updraft, you 100,000 million% should. We go through a Foundry stablecoin where we build essentially a tokenized real world asset with our own stablecoin. Because yes, stablecoins are tokenized RWAs. And we're not going to go through the synthetic model because if you've gone through Cypher and Updraft, you've essentially already done it. There's only a little bit of tweaks that you need to do to adjust it for a Tesla stock or something like that. However, all the code for this will be available in the GitHub repo that we're going to go over in this video. So before we actually get cracking on this for real though, I want to show you what the final project is going to look like. So this is the GitHub repo to this. Link will be in the description. This is the Patrick Alpha C RWA creator GitHub repo. And if we scroll down in here, you can see there's a README. You can read more about what this is and what it's doing. And there's a nice little picture here that we're going to go over real quick. So we're going to be building these two types of tokenized assets. Or we're going to be building one of these two, but in the repo, both of these are there. So, and the synthetic one, the one that we're going to go over right now, is really easy to build if you've already gone through the stablecoin tutorial. The first one is going to be a synthetic asset, where the collateral is stored on chain, where you have some type of pool that's on chain and you have different types of collateral. Like in here, I have Ethereum stored in a smart contract on chain. Now, what happens is once you store this collateral in here, you store 1 ETH of collateral. The pool uses a Chainlink Oracle, a Chainlink price feed to give you the price of the token, for example, the Tesla stock.
So this is going to get a little bit sticky if you guys are basically brand new to cryptocurrency and to smart contracts. I'll break it down for you and make it a little simpler. I'll even do a whole video explaining what's what and how to get involved. But the thing is, like he was just saying, what up, Jack Michael? I hope I got your name right. Mark Pillars. Yeah, that's Mark Pillars. Peace and blessings. Thanks for tuning in. So Ethereum and Solana are two cryptocurrencies that are two-layer chains, meaning that you can use these cryptocurrencies to create smart contracts. And a smart contract is this. It's basically a piece of paper letting the blockchain know, and the blockchain is this, it's a ledger. Just like the banks have ledgers, which means it's a receipt, and they copy down what you have in your account and what you're taking out of your account. They keep tracks through a ledger, which is the receipt. The blockchain is quite similar, besides it's just all online. And every time you do a transaction with cryptocurrency is restored in a block. And those blocks be linked to each other every time. Every time you do a new transaction, that's called the chain link, and they link them all together in one block. Anyway, the smart contract tells the blockchain what this token is, what it's capable of doing, how many of is in stock, etc., etc. Just like you have DeFi coins, which are game tokens, and then they have stable coins, which are like basically American money, but in coins, in digital assets, kind of like. And then, of course, you have regular cryptocurrencies, which are ER20 contracts. And you can make those as well through Ethereum or Solana. NFTs as well, which are 1174 contracts. They're slightly different. They're non-fungible tokens. And we could break it down and get into all of it, but just in a nutshell, that's exactly what is going on as far as tokenization and how that you can create a smart contract to create your own cryptocurrency and or digital art or whatever it is that you want to tokenize as an asset. And this is what we're teaching you guys exactly what's going on there. So for instance, if you want to purchase real estate through digital, it's possible. And I'm going to show you guys just a little bit snippet of that so you guys can have a broader view of what's really going on and how you can really become financially stable and financially free from this information being shared with you all. It's really, really valuable information if you guys want to spend a little time learning this stuff and just getting a little information. It's very, very valuable for those of you who are looking for another stream of income as well. You know, want a little time freedom, a little time back. Here, a little quick thing, or really, really quick, as far as real estate tokenization.
He has over $18 million and we're doing big things. We got another property about to launch very, very soon. So I'm gonna go through the properties one more time, in case you knew, E-Estate is where you can get to real estate for as little as $10, guys. As little as $10, you can get to real estate. You don't have to worry about the paperwork. You don't have to worry about your tenant. You don't have to worry about if you don't get approved for a loan, denied for a loan. You don't have to worry about HOA fees. You don't got to worry about none of that with E-Estate. All you need is some crypto of your choice. Like I said, there's 30 different cryptos you can use to make a deposit in this platform. And then you earn passive income Monday through Friday, guys, for 18 months straight. After the 18 months, you'll be earning 10% annually for the life of the project. All right, that's simple. This is the first apartment right here in Miami, downtown Miami. Only costs $10 to get into this platform. $10 to start your investment journey. But you can invest anything above $10, okay? You can invest $10, you can invest $100, you can invest $1,000, $10,000. Totally up to you guys. And your profit per day, you'll see right here. Your profit per month, profit per year, and your break-even point, okay?
So these are just multiple streams of income, and I'm going to have the link down below. We can go over them all. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because what I teach is to be financially stable. Now, to be financially free requires financial education, financial literacy, right? But nevertheless, it's possible to to be in position, you have to learn what it takes to maintain the position. God doesn't ever allow anything in your life that He won't see you through and that you can't maintain and hold on to. So every time we're blessed by the Lord, it's something that we're going to have for a long time, and just, unless we give it away, right? Just like your talents and gifts that you're born with, is something that never gets taken away, something that you can use at any time. And it's the same with knowledge. No one can take away what you know. That's why men perish for the lack of knowledge, because they don't want to learn anything. They refuse to give themselves a little grace. What you don't know, you just don't know. You'll never find out if you think you know everything. But anyway, we learn multiple streams of income, because having one stream of income is close to having none, especially if you don't own that stream of income, or if you don't own the products or services that the income is coming from, right? So with this program, free blueprint below, I just dropped a newsletter on Sunday and a blog on Monday as well. I drop a blog every week. I drop newsletters every week. So you want to hop inside my email list and grab that free blueprint copy, and also the newsletter to let you guys know what Team Angie has going on and what we'll be doing for the week. In a few months, we have a giveaway, cash giveaway going on, but that's neither here nor there. Right now, I have for you guys free $5 worth of cryptos, and what you can do with that is flip that, put a little bit of money into the real estate, and have another source of income coming in from there. And I'll show you guys exactly what cryptos and stuff that I have. I got my phone charging in it right now, but I use the app Robinhood. I'll share the link. It's everything that I have is in my bio. The link's in my bio. Everything is for you to check out. Is require no money down. It's just information, and of course I have my digital art at the bottom. The NFTs I created that I was showing you guys, that we were just going over the information as far as how to create your own cryptocurrency and or digital art, whatever it is that you want to tokenize. Like around March is when I had the thought come to me, the download on doing something digital with my art. A few of them I already turned into NFTs. You guys will see on my website. Physical art I still have, and I still have digital art. So this is the best of both worlds. I'll be doing an auction this summer. These are some of my best work. So yeah, I turned this into an NFT as well. You guys can check out the videos. That's exactly what you don't have to have a physical product as well to make an NFT or to have something turned into a tokenized asset, right? All you have to do is have a mindset on what you want and the knowledge on how to do it. And if you guys are willing to learn, join my free mentorship, live mentorship programs where we meet twice a week for mindset and our tech skills. You don't have to be tech savvy to learn how to do this stuff. I'm definitely not. I just learned how to do all this and successfully have done it within the past 8 months. And I'm still learning. I'm still a student of the game. Team Angie is going on 4 years old. Had no prior knowledge of business, how to run a business, how to conduct myself as an owner and such. And I'm still learning. It's a learning curve. I'm really just focused on my annual report that's due in February. And for those of you who want to start a business, a LLC or whatever, the only thing I would advise you guys is to work on your personal credit. Just because you start a business and open a business, that doesn't open the doors to loans, grants, and other financial institutions that will help you as far as capital that you need to get your business afloat and going. So with that door open is when you have decent personal credit, because you are the entity until the entity becomes itself. They go off of what you have and what you've done as far as your credit. And that's something nobody never told me. I had to learn from experience. But nevertheless, it's not hard to do. Like my credit is fair. I'm like 600, the company is 600. And you get a DUNS number and a lot of different stuff that comes. There's a lot of perks, right? But anyway, you need $100 a year for the annual reports, and that's due every year. This is my third time doing this. My parent company is LegalZoom. I didn't do it all by myself. I have no problem asking for help. It's the way that we learn. Even Jesus had 12 people helping him do things. So, we are dependent. We are dependent beings, and we were not meant to be doing things on our own. So that's where that comes from. But you just got to know who to go to. Just like with your spirituality, right? You don't go to any old preacher. You don't let anybody pray for you. You have to have some kind of discernment on who to trust and who to go to as far as who's going to lead you financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or whatever, right? It's called mentorship. And that's exactly how I place myself in position from a mentor who's where I want to be and who's going to where I want to go. They're constantly raising the bar and doing bigger and better things that I would love to experience for myself. So it's no competition at all. It's just me going a little bit harder, working a little bit smarter, and being a little bit more dedicated to my craft. I've been doing digital marketing for a year now. It's an extension to Team Angie, private personal consultant. Help people achieve their dreams through mental health awareness, and I advocate for mental health awareness as well. That's what the blog is about. Why I drop the blogs in the newsletter so that you can have the mindset to go with the vision on being an entrepreneur, whatever your entrepreneur dreams or goals are. I'm just here to help guide you that way. Because everybody in digital marketing have a whole different setup that they do, even with digital marketers and content creators that I collab with. They all have different things going on. We're not competing with each other. At least some of them may be and may not. I don't know. I don't engage in that type of energy. I don't dwell with those type of spiritual beings. It's enough money in the world for us all. It's never not saturated where it's just a few people can get it and it's that. It's unlimited supply. Digital marketing is global. The world is digital. That means the whole world is your potential customers, your potential fan base, your potential allies who you may want to work with. Somebody may be in position to put you in a better position. You never know. But I choose digital marketing because of the things that I like in life as far as transportation, being in the suburbs, and not having a whole bunch of stuff, right? I'm in this very small town. We don't even have a movie theater. We don't have a Walmart. We don't have a mall. We don't even have a McDonald's. That's how you know a town is small if you don't have a McDonald's, a movie theater, a mall, or even a Walmart. But every town does have a public safety building, a library, I imagine, and a post office. I'm just talking, I don't know. But I know I'm in a small town. We don't have those things. I'm in a village, actually. And it's about 20 to 30 minutes. No, not even 30 minutes. It's like a good 15 minutes. But if you're walking, it's a good hour and a half to get to the next bus stop. To get to the bus stop, that is, which is in the next town over, which isn't that far in the car. But anyway, right? I say that to say this, like, you're only gonna go as far as you want to go. If you allow your circumstances, the people, or the things in your life to hold you back, that's what will hold you back. That's why mindset is important. For those of you who desire a better life, it starts with you taking action right now at this moment. It don't start with having a dream and making sure that dream stay alive. It's about actually living your dream. The clip I started off with, as far as the fake news, that keeps people procrastinating from actually taking action towards achieving their goals and living their dreams. What that was is about, it's a fear tactic, it's bait. When you're living in fear, you're living in a low vibration. And what comes with fear is doubt, lack, guilt, and anger. Those are four things affiliated with fear. And those are the four things that keep you vibrating low and experiencing those situations as a reality. Whenever you choose to put your mind on higher vibrational things, you experience higher vibrational things. Your energy matches that. Energy attracts and repels similar energy, right? So if you're happy, you can fuck around and match somebody who's ecstatic, who's full of more joy than you, right? Because that's the energy that you match with. Also, when you're happy, which is a high vibration, you goes with confidence, trust. Um, I can't even think right now, but I wrote this stuff down because this is the type of mindset coaching that I'm tapped into as far as mentorship. I learned these things from somebody who learned these things, and that's just what it's about because I didn't know. And I'm not going to be beating myself up about things that I don't know. And if you knew before me, then kudos to you. What I do know, I share. And I'm not sitting here telling you guys what I think or what I believe, because that won't help anyone any kind of way at all. A belief is just something that you barely want to know or you barely don't know until some type of fact comes to eradicate that thought or to enable that thought to become a fact to where you no longer believe but you now know, right? So that's what I'm speaking on, things that I know. I don't believe in much at all. I just know what I know. What I don't know, I try to figure out if it's something that I'm interested in knowing about. Knowledge is power. The mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a lot of people are so worldly in the mind that their mind is already wasted. Wasted drifting on the worldly things that leads to nothing but more worldly things, which is sickness, diseases, and eventually death, right? Because this world is a fallen place that we're not here to stay forever. And if you don't get your mind right on enjoying this here now and preparing yourself for the aftermath, you're going to be just as miserable in this world, I mean, in the spiritual world, as you are in this world, because there are consequences for those of you who decide not to take action. It's the same as taking action. So I just warn you guys, like, if you have a thought, you have an idea, don't sit there and think about it too long. Get busy and start taking action on your dreams and your goals, because dreams do come true. And as I continuously push forward towards my goals, I'm realizing my dreams day in and day out, they are coming because I'm living them. There's no grand moment, no grand uh second where I just noticed like, oh, this is my dream. It's when I look back at my life and I realize that I'm no longer having the same goals because I'm living those goals. As far as business owner, right? It was a dream of mine for years until I took action, and now it's no longer a dream or a thought. It's more so about raising the bar, what I see myself in this position doing, and where I see myself going, and getting there. So the marathon continues. Peace and blessings from Team Angie, and happy Wednesday.